Hello, fine folks, and welcome to Booghy Plays. This evening, we're going to start a series of 10 streams doing our top 100 games of all time. We are going to do the top 50. It's going to be just me and Radu, which he is my, as always, guest tonight. And then our top 50, we're going to have a guest. So without further ado, let's go to Radu. How are you, Radu? How do you feel?
Well, I'm pretty anxious actually to talk about my favorite games uh, from my collection, games I've played during my short career as a board game enthusiast. So basically, I'm here to annoy Bogie and put games that he will probably not touch with a 10-foot pole. So
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, you are going to do that. But
it's
it is what it is.
Bogey's top 100 with
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Um these are going to be two opposite lists most of the time. We might have a bit of overlap, not a lot, but I think it's going to be fun that way. And yeah, I want to say hello to everyone who will come and watch us live.
Hmm.
So I would say, are you ready to talk about
Yeah, I
games?
mean, uh, globally, I think top one when 100 to 90 is going to be less viewed. So, this is I have a less stress about it. Once we go further down, when we reach that 30 mark, it's when the pressure is on and everyone's looking at your picks. So I'm really relaxed and
Yeah. Well,
yeah, that's fine. Nobody will give you any smack for putting some gain in the hundreds.
yeah.
So it's
Well, what can I say? I like all my games in my top 100. I have played in my board gaming career, I think, close to 700 games now.
okay.
Smaller games and mostly bigger games. I am not a big fan of small games. I have to.
Well, you're in luck. I bring small game.
Yeah, I know. So I usually play big, complex games or yeah, bigger games. So um, I have to. Sorry for that. I have to take it down. So I'd say, without further ado, let's open the TVs.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to mention something else before we go
Okay.
on
I'm not
because
opening the
once
TVs. Okay. I'm
oh,
closing
you,
it
you
back.
could open them, that's fine. But I picked my games and I will put an emphasis or a special emphasis on the year of their release because usually I tend to look as far back as I can and try to find those hidden gems. That's how I got hooked time and time again. You read about the title you haven't known you have not known about, and once you put it on the table, oh wow, this is 20 years old, and I find about it now. And it's relevant, right? Because we are
Yep.
so concerned about the cult of the new and what's the newest and the shiniest, the fresh out of the factory, we
Fresh out of Kickstarter.
well, if you waited a year to get your box, yeah. But I think the novelty is something that you see in your local shop, and you can't wait to get it home. But sometimes you just have to look back and see where
I,
where they got the inspiration or how they managed to
I tell
make
you
a
that.
big box or yeah.
Yeah, I tell you, I don't have only newer games here. I have games across the spectrum. I have, yeah, this is. I have said that I have stated it. This is a Euro game channel, This is my bread and butter, and you will find a lot
Okay.
of Euro games here. But I think you,
Don't scare our Kickstarter audience away, man.
I won't. I won't. There are some Kickstarters here. I don't think right on this list, but there will be. Yeah, there is. There is. So, without further ado, should I open the TVs now? Do you allow me?
All right,
All
we'll
right.
talk through, if something comes up, but yeah, let's do it. Who's going first?
So
Do you want to end it or
I
I
will
end it?
give you the honors to go first on this.
Oh, okay, I have the first say,
Yep.
and let's start with a bang, right?
Okay. Start with the bang.
And it's not that bang, not yet. But I'm gonna start with something controversial. This is why it's just to start the list with good vibrations. I've picked this one because it has the highest chance of growing on
On your
my
list.
top 100,
Yep.
and this is a game that's technically not out yet, but we've played it, and I liked it that much. I Since I've heard about it, I just couldn't stop thinking about it. It's a gorgeous collaboration of the two most famous artists out there,
I know what it is.
Vincent Dutray and
You're kind
Andrew
of
Bosley.
cheating a little bit, but yeah, okay.
I actually, but it's been out. It's
We have
people
played
are
it, yeah.
waiting for
Yeah.
their copies already,
Yeah.
so it's gonna be out this year.
So it's unconscious
That's what
mind,
they
right?
say. Unconscious mind, yes.
Okay.
So I start with the hype,
Okay.
and it's only downhill from here.
So I have to do this, huh? Okay, I'll do this. Okay.
Yeah. So everyone talked about this game to the point of, it's already in our conscious
Yeah, it
mind.
is.
So
Yeah, it is.
it's
I see.
it I was caught by the box. That's how usually things get me. So if you don't know that about me, if you have a shiny box, then you have me interested. So
Yeah,
yes,
it doesn't hurt. It is also a good game, though. It really doesn't hurt
no.
that. No, does it?
Usually that's the perfect case scenario when you have good graphics, aesthetics mixed with good mechanics and gameplay, and it's keeper.
Yep.
I can't wait to get my hands on a physical copy. So we're probably gonna have another go at this.
Yep, we will. Certainly, we will. I will expect the final copy to see where it will land in my top 100. If
This is why it's my. I don't know where it will land, so it
yeah,
will probably be much higher. But
I start with a game. So this is your number 100. Now let's talk to with on my about my 100. My 100 is a game which was released, I believe, in 2004, and since then it had a gazillion expansions. It is a game I have enjoyed playing a lot. It is, I think, the game I enjoy the not necessarily the most, but I have played the most out of the Command and Color system. I'm a big history buff. I like what it gives me. Okay, it's not a war game. It's a game that tries to talk about war, and that game is Memoir 44, and I think it does it. 2004. Yeah, okay, I was not wrong.
all right.
It's a game that I have always enjoyed. I think it talks about history, and it tells us it can be used um, as a teaching tool, and probably if people would play more war games would want to play real war less.
Hmm.
Okay, I know it is not really called a war game, but yeah, I it's close to a war game. and I enjoy it. I like it. It's fun. It can be really really annoying with the dice rolls, but it has so many things and it expands a lot with all the expansions that it has. I have both campaign books. I have a lot for this game. I have a lot of those small big maps, small big maps. So it has always been a pleasure. I like this game. My number 100 is Memoir 44. Let's go to number 99, and your number 99, my friend, is.
All right. So my 100 to 91 has the biggest potential of dropping off the 100 list. So
I see.
I got a chance to talk about this game, which has brought me and my gaming group a lot of good bonding experience. This is obviously a cooperative game that you kind of play once if you have the same group. It's called Time Stories.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Not
bound to
sure.
happen, this game.
It was,
If
it was,
uh,
it was. But yeah, this is close to the edge of the top because yeah, I've played it actually. All of the scenarios that have the from the white box, they have
yeah, yeah,
started a new chain of blue boxes that take it into a different direction. But since I'm familiar with this, it's probably good to have the maximum amount of players to enjoy this, right? To see everything that it has to offer in a less time that it takes you to solve this because it's a narrative driven
yeah.
hidden access to information. You have bits and pieces that
You put
you
together
just you put together, and at the end you have a
the whole
an
story.
yeah,
Yep,
the whole story.
you
So
create the whole story out of it. Yep.
it's a fun experience that you need to invest yourself in to have a lot of fun with it, right? Because if you see this as a chore, then you will not have the same. You will not have to. You would not want to play the other ones. Each scenario takes you through a different time in history or fantasy. So, just pick and choose which scenario you like best. So we were, and as a recommendation, because this could be quite a pricey
Yeah, yeah,
title to
yeah.
have, you should probably pitch in everyone to if you
Yeah,
play
yeah,
together,
yeah,
right?
yeah, 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 yeah.
And yeah, it's just it's a nice story that could be easily spoiled. So I will not talk much about it. If that speaks your interest and like discovering things and talking amongst yourselves, you like cooperative games, well, then
You
this
might
might
you
be a
might
good
enjoy. Yeah.
addition.
Yeah. So let's go to my 99, right?
All
My
right.
my 99 is a game that I have played recently, and it entered my top because I've played it recently, and I have talked about it, and that game is Cloud Age. I
Oh,
really like
really
this game.
recent.
Yes. I have liked it from the first time I've played it. I did a playthrough in 2021 of it, and I have really really liked it. And I think that push your luck is one of my favorite mechanisms out there. And you will see this. We will talk about push your luck on this list.
Yeah.
I really, really like this game. What I love the most about it is what happens here when you have to think everything. You have a lot of open information, and you have this bit of surprise here, which is half of information which you will get, And if you know how to play it smart, you could tie in very well actions together to make to feel that you have played a game which feels very satisfying at the end. Um, I have liked this game a lot, and I think this might even go up. I think the system is good. I would like to see some new cards. I would like to see some new stuff, a bit of an expansion for this game. To have more cards, cards to build more or less, and maybe another story from the beginning till the end. Maybe have a. I have really enjoyed playing the chapters, playing through all the chapters because they make the game so different from one to another. You can play it. It's pretty replayable on itself on scenarios, but I have really enjoyed as it is with another game, which it will go higher on my list. I did enjoy very much chapters, and yeah, it's a fun game. I think it's an underrated game, a little bit. It came and went. I think because of the pandemic. It's a fun game for one or two players. I don't enjoy it with. I don't think I would play it with more than that. And that was my 99 Cloud Age. Let's go to 98. What is your 98, my friend?
I did say that I would put emphasis on the release year, so I'll not forget about this one. It was released in 2016. This is a good dexterity game that works good with every age. Probably you'll need a steady hand. So my my 98 on 98 and the place at number 98, it's called Junkart.
Junkart, yeah. Yeah, I know you like this game.
I really like this game. I like teaching this game. I like seeing other people suffer at the table. If you're
You're a
you're
sadist. Sadist, sorry.
I like to pick up the anxiety, the ones that suffer from anxiety and and can't control their pulse. It's very fun to see, structures collapse. But now and again, you get these. It's like it has like 10 different ways of playing this game, and they will tell you how to build, how high, and it kind of gives you basic rules. So you try to have the taller structure in a dip, the the way that the card says you should do it. So yeah, at the end you kind of have to take a picture of what you have created, right? And you can actually see on the BGG page that that's the case, and you get these gravity challenging structures that defy the laws of physics somehow, and they still stand. And you could put a ball on another ball, and it will. Yeah, how is that possible? And this is the fun of it. And plus, you get to,
I
you
see.
know,
It feels
use your
like a party
dexterity as
game,
it,
dexterity
it
party game.
yeah, yeah. Basically, that's it. You don't really need to concern yourself with points. Again, yeah, it's that's a challenge defying, and you're just having fun, right?
Yep.
So points are there for superfluous at the end. But yeah,
As with
this
most
is.
party games, points are
I think
superfluous.
this is an easy one to try to how do you call it when you take the game and to bring it to another country. Yeah, well,
I don't know what you want to
other
say.
no, the publishers, you could take this
To
and use it
localize
in
it. To
classroom
localize
to
it. It's
exactly to
easy to localize
localize.
because you practically have nothing to translate on it.
Exactly. You have pieces of wood
Wood, yeah,
and you
yeah,
try to put them on top of each other.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I
yeah.
think it's a good exercise for the classroom in the end. So
Oh, I see. I go to my number 8, which is a game, a Euro
98.
98, yes, which is a Euro game. Guess what? A game which I like a lot, which is not very much talked about. Yeah, but I do like these types of Euro games, which have a little bit of soul. And my number 98 is the Vulgari Eloquentia, a game about teaching someone to read. Eh, about no, it's not. Sorry, it's not teaching about. It is about creating a language. It says that in the Middle Ages, the fabric merchants needed to write down the contracts in a language that everyone can understand, and the literates are looking for an alternative to the elite of the traditional Latin language. So the Volgare, the language spoken by common people, taken from the dialects spoken in the various Italian regions, starts to gain relevance. During this period, so there are written very important things. Dante writes the Divine Comedy, both written in this language, the Volgare, a language which everybody wants to everybody learns, and he
Probably
tried to
they
teach
swear a lot.
this language throughout whole Italy, and yeah, it is a game where you have a worker and you move it around. That worker can become more. It starts as he becomes better, not necessarily better, but he becomes different. He can become cardinal if you make him cardinal at the end of the game. He will win. You will win some points with that. So as I've said, you move around Italy all throughout all Italy, and you write books, spend money. What you do Eurogaming stuff. It has lots of tracks here. You grow on tracks. You have 5 action points per, which you have to use in different ways in order to move, as I've said, around here and practically score the most points. But the game has a certain feeling, and I enjoy a lot the feeling that it creates at the table. It is, if you try enough, you can see the theme there. And I think the deluxe edition, which is not really deluxe, it's a normal. It looks like a normal retail version, which has some metal coins in it. But it wasn't expensive. It was, I don't know, 40 euros or something. 45 euros was the deluxe version, was around 40 euros. But yeah, it has some expansions which help a bit with the replayability of the game, but I don't think they're absolutely necessary. It's an interesting game which I hope I'll manage to play on stream and talk more about it there. A game
been
about
on my list for some
teaching
while
a
now.
language. Sorry?
It's been on my list for some time now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll find the copy
Which
some.
looks interesting, I think. It does look interesting. I have forgotten to come there.
Big fan of Middle Ages, if you didn't know that already.
Yeah. So my number 98 is the Vulgari Eloquentia. What is your number 97, please?
It was released in 2019. Gorgeous artwork, maybe the high point of this title, and it's called Museum.
Museum, I see.
Yes, it's basically set collection, the game.
So, yeah.
You just get the cards, you pay with the cards to put works of art from from 4 continents, I think, that you have 4 decks. We can take art and put in your museum, and you try with not a lot of effort, because in the beginning you're just trying to manage the economy that works with the cards you have in your hand. So in the end, and there's a bit of interaction that I like, that you can get artwork from other people's discard pile,
Yeah, yeah.
which I found a novelty there. But the end of the game where everyone just has one more chance to arrange their museum in such a way that will give them maximum amount of points. So, but
That
like I
is the
said,
thing I don't like about the game.
yeah, you want
Too
to make
long.
hardcore when
Yeah,
you start
yeah,
in the beginning, when you
yep,
place an artwork,
yep,
can't be moved,
yep.
right? Yeah, I know.
Plan
That's
ahead.
hardcore.
Plan ahead. Yeah.
So
It
yeah,
is a good
this
looking game. I will give you that. It looks
I
so good.
when I saw that cover, the same thing that happened to Unconscious Minds. I need to have this one, and I think it does justice to the name. It should look as it
It
says.
doesn't play
So,
bad. I mean, it's not a bad game at all.
but it's too easy for the amount of overproduced components
Yeah,
and art.
and that's
I
what.
think. I
Uh,
mean, it was a huge task to have every individual card be different. Nothing of the works of art are duplicated. So
yeah,
and there's a lot of cards, but 250, I think, it was quite a challenge and an endeavor. And I'm thankful for what they managed to make with this title. So
yep.
yeah, it's
Uh,
already 4 years old.
so it's old. Sorry, I was.
No, no, no.
I
It,
wouldn't call
it
it
was
old.
released in
Old is old.
2019, so time flies.
So let's go to my number 97. My 97 is one of my favorite gateway games.
Hmm.
And it has stayed for me. It had staying power. I have used this game in so many situations with more
Hmm.
players, with less players. It's a game that I enjoy. Its artwork is done by Vincent Dutré. Here is our overlap.
Really?
Yeah. And
On the 100 spectrum, we managed to pinpoint the artist. It's amazing. We
so
haven't talked to each other, so
uh,
I'm
the
shocked.
the game is New York 1901.
Wow.
I have some small things also, but I don't think they're necessary. The Goonies and a few small expansions. I don't have them all. I would like to have them all though. I do like this game. It's a lot of fun. I think it made Tetris before Tetris was cool in board games.
Hmm.
Because you have to think ahead how to use different Tetris shaped parts uh, on a board to later overbuild those Tetris shaped parts. And you need to acquire land, you need to build over that land, and overbuild over that land. This is a game
Hmm.
which I enjoy playing with. Why? Being I'm not a big fan of gateway games as a gamer anymore, but I need to have some games to play with newer gamers. And I do like playing this one a lot because this game practically allows me to plan so far ahead, and it's so satisfying to do that, to manage to get, okay, here I look at the objectives, and on certain streets I need to have you need to have here, as you can see, you have streets, and on these streets at the end you'll score points for majorities, and I think ahead, oh, how many buildings I will have there, what do I need to have more buildings there, will I overbuild, I'll have less buildings there. It has options. It is a game which I think it's very good, which I still believe is finally Radu, a good game. uh, Andre is there. I think it has, for me, it had legs. I have it in my collections for, I think, 8, 9 years now. 8, 9 years. And I have played it. Every time I've played it, I have never said, I'm done with this game. It's okay, I don't play it a lot. Maybe I play it once a year, but I have fun playing it that time. So my number 97 is a gateway game, a gateway plus, I would say.
Wow. If this is the gateway game, man.
Gateway plus, I would say. New York 1901. Let's go
Yeah.
to 96. What is your 96, my friend?
So this is the scream and lie in your friends' faces, the game. It's called The Resistance Avalon.
I
It was released in 2012, so it's more than 10 years old now.
yeah,
I mean, this will never get old because, you have, depending on your group of players, you have a team that are the villains and the heroes who are the good guys. And nobody knows who each one
is yeah.
uh, from what team except your own, right? And you try to talk others into appearing bad when you are good, and it's a constant conversation, a back and forth, and bluffing, and right. You have a series of missions that you can go onto. The other at the table need to vote if they can go ahead with the mission or not. And there's really constant push and pull, and debate about how, or oh, you've placed, or you said that, and it's chaos at the table when everyone opens their eyes. It's a chaos, hell unleashed.
uh,
Anyone could be the bad guy.
be,
Even the good guys
yeah,
can be
yeah,
bad,
yeah.
appear to be bad.
Believe it or
So
not, I haven't played this version. I have only played Resistance normally, normal one, and I
yeah,
think I would
this
enjoy this one because I do like the Arthurian legends. I'm not against it.
this is more involved than the you know
The
the
first
the,
one,
the core box,
yeah.
and it's even older than that. But it's I would go to a very good next step if you've played
The
the
original.
original Resistance, which is just reds against blues. This
It
has
has
a bit.
it has power. It has an expansion, I think, or it was added. It has powers that you can add that
Oh, okay.
also for a bigger group. So that's your 96. My 96 is a game. It's again a Euro game, a game
I'm surprised.
which unfortunately got destroyed by the designer's reputation, because it did not deliver on time and on and on its promises. The
Oh,
game is
curious.
called Prime Time. It is a game about doing the best shows in prime time. Um, it, the game is good. I mean, it's it's as good as every Euro game. If you're like me, I'm a film director. I enjoy these kinds of themes, and this game is funny. I mean, it has lots and lots of humor. Hopefully, I'll manage to play it on stream sometimes.
Hmm.
It is a game. It is an auction game, and a very interesting auction game because you can, if you will if you are left out of the auctions from all other players, you manage to get what's everything left, from what's left. You manage to get whatever you want for the least amount. So you can bid high for some things, or you can bid for some things to make someone overpay for some things, and then go for the things you want and get them cheap. It has a very interesting auction mechanism. It has a very good resource conversion, classical type of Euro game. Um, um, Underneath, it has plan. You need to plan your actions very careful. So in the end, you manage to have to draw the best shows, which have the best writers, which have the best producers, in order to evidently make the most money, score the most points in the end. I really
Hmm.
enjoyed this game. Unfortunately, because of the designer's pedigree, which was not great. at that moment. And because the Kickstarter did not deliver on its promises, it was squashed. It was quashed, unfortunately.
Blacklisted.
But the game itself, it is good. It's quite good. So my
Oh,
96 was prime time. Let's go to your 95, sir.
well, it has your seal of excellence, so yeah. All right. So these
I don't give
is
seals
one
of
of
excellences, my
the
friend.
few cases where I would recommend going with the newer version. And this is a party game through and through. You have to like
Unlike
sushi to
Avalon,
enjoy it.
which is not a party game.
So the original was released in 2013. So I would recommend Sushi Go Party because it adds more variety, more players, and
you,
it builds upon a solid base, which is really simplistic, and everyone could
yeah,
be
yeah,
could get into it.
yep.
So, and then this is
What is more to
a
say about Sushi
gateway.
Go Party? I mean, it's a, a
So,
well-known game.
so this is a true gateway game,
Yeah,
not New York. Try to it will explode your brain. It's just this is how you start. Go to grow in the board gaming, as a
yeah, in the board game hobby. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So yeah, it helps if you like sushi.
Yeah, it is, and I agree with you. It's a fun game, and everybody. This is a game which I don't own. This is one of
Oh,
those
I
which
do.
I don't own,
It's
but I would
it's
like
an
to add it because it is a good gateway game and it's
I
fun and
think
it looks good.
it has become an evergreen. I don't think it will ever go away.
Yep,
So yeah,
yep. That's a not a bad pick.
well, get the bad ones out.
Get the bad ones out. My let's go to my number 95. My number 95. We played it on stream I have a caveat. I like it with both expansions, and we go back to Push Your Luck,
Oh,
and the game is the Quacks of Quedlinburg. Um,
wow, that's so low.
but yeah, well, I have Euro games, man, waiting. But
Ooh,
I do. I mean, come on, it's in my top 100. No, it's not low.
yeah.
It's in my top 100. I like this game. It's fun in a box. I do like it with both expansions. It makes it heavier because it adds more choices and it adds it found ways to not be just pure luck. You can combat luck a bit with all the options you have in those two expansions. If you're a regular gamer, you do not want those two expansions. You'll have fun with just the base game. But if you're like me, you want more control. You come from the heavy Eurogamer. If you're a heavy Eurogamer and you want to have fun with this game, I think both expansions are needed. I like it a lot. It's fun. It's a good fun game to play from time to time, just to go back from the classical, to go away from the classical, what I usually play. That's why I say classical. For classical, for me, simulations, economic simulations, Eurogame economic simulations. As I've said, what I usually play. So that was my 95. Let's go to your 94,
Probably
sir.
this is a gateway uh,
Yeah,
in
it's
your
a gate.
opinion.
Yeah, it's a gateway. It's a gateway. Yeah,
No,
in
I
its
wouldn't.
base, it's just draw from a bag and see what happens. I mean, come on,
I'll
it's a
show
gateway.
you a gateway right now. And funny enough, it is Push Your Luck, the dice game.
That's Liar's Dice.
And this is the one of the most addictive games that I have ever played that you cannot play just once. You know, it's been it's released in 1980. That's what it says. And it's a game so simple and so addictive called Can't Stop.
Ah, can't
And you
stop.
really literally can't stop playing
Can't
this game
stop.
once you start. So
It has,
warning,
yeah.
you know,
It has a new edition, I think.
caution.
Okay.
So yeah, you know you need to use your the dice to create combinations that your pawn can push up some tracks. So there's a lot of versions that have come out with different skins, but every single one follows the same pattern, and it's really simple, right?
Yeah.
Now, smaller numbers, high numbers are harder to get by, and the ones that can have a lot of combination in between have a longer way to reach till the end. And basically, that's it. You decide when you want to stop, or usually what happens, just one more. That's the whole hook of the game, It's
It,
if I
it's push your
do
luck.
I want to push my luck? All right, that's
Yep.
the fun about it. And you don't feel sorry about, oh, well, yeah, it didn't work out. So
Yeah.
this is my pick.
And yeah, it's a good pick. Can't stop. Uh,
Careful.
94. Not a bad game. I would not say. It's a I think it's a Sid Saxon game. It's done by him. I
I,
don't know.
I have, I've looked up the year, but don't know who designed it. Maybe,
Yeah, it's Sid
yeah.
Saxon. Yes. So a classic one. Let's go to my 94, right? My 94 is a classic game. It came out in 2000 and don't remember, 9.
This is why I came prepared.
And
I'll
no,
look for it if you want.
2008. It's a party game which I enjoy a lot.
No, blasphemy. Where are
Uh,
the euros?
I uh, I love this game. I have always enjoyed playing this game, and at some point somebody said Mysterium will replace it. No, no,
No, it didn't.
no. That's Stella, or there's a new version. No. Dixit has just so much legs. It has so many legs. It's a fun game. I have enough expansions for it. I have certain expansions which I enjoy more than others. Some expansions, it feels like that they were drawn by some dudes who smoked something really, 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 really hard or good. I don't know how to call it. They were,
Well, they were very creative.
yeah, really creative, and sometimes creative in going in some dark places. But they appeal to different people, different persons, and I do enjoy that they have the array of expansions going in different places. So for me,
Hmm.
Dixit is an evergreen. I will always play this game, and I will never say a no to this game. I have played it with so many friends, parents, relatives, and I have never had a bad time. I have even played it on one of my anniversaries. I've played it 9 or 10 or 11, something like this. It can go up to 12, I think, because I have Odyssey. That's the version I use. And I think Odyssey can go up to 12 if
Up
I'm,
to 12.
yeah. So I've played it, I think 10 or 11 or something like that. It was crazy, but it was a lot of fun. So that's my, or 9, something like that. Or anyway, it's crazy to play a game of 9 of Dixit, but yeah.
This is a good gateway for
Uh,
all ages, I would say.
yeah,
Well,
94 is Dixit. Let's go to your 93, my friend.
uh, this is a really good contradiction between, what the theme is about and what you actually do in the game, which is take that.
Is
This
this
is a
Munchkin?
game.
I'm gonna come and slap you if it's Munchkin.
Oh, I'm so glad I'm so far away. No, it's not Munchkin. It's released in 2017 and it's called Photosynthesis.
Ah, okay.
So you have your types of trees that you try to dominate a board
Yeah,
and casting shadows on other people's trees so that they cannot get
yeah,
sunshine.
yeah.
Sunshine means victory points. And
This can
it
be
can
nasty.
be
Yeah.
so yes, it's cutthroat, and you say, "Oh, you've blocked my tree. Now it does nothing." And this is it's a very it could be uh, you know breaking friendships.
I don't think so. Come
No,
on.
it's too far away. But it's a very interesting combination. It's a of strategy and simplicity, where you have to be very precise where you plant a seed, how you grow it, and it actually upgrading from a different size of trees, right? So
Yeah.
yeah,
Fun
this
game.
is
Fun game. It can be
a
mean
fun
though.
game, and you have to figure out and have a very special, no, it's not a special, but it's a spatial orientation on how that tree and how long of a shadow that will cast. So the better you are at positioning yourself on the board, the better you'll score. And a fun
I
thing is that the
think
sun moves. Yeah,
sorry. Yeah, the sun moves every round, so it will cast a different shadow. And I think
exactly.
in a way it's good because it levels up a bit. But I think this game is better with more players because I think it's less mean with more players than it is with less players. It when it's one against one, I think this is when it's at the meanest.
Yeah, we have to stop the other one. So you constantly have to shift because the sun will cast a different shadow every single
Yeah,
round.
yeah.
So yeah,
Um,
I really like this game, and it's masked in beauty the meanness that it it uh,
it can.
it
Yeah,
it hides,
yeah.
right?
My 93 is a game which I don't know if next year will be here. I do like the game a lot. I like the base game.
Mm.
I need to play the expansions. I hope I'm gonna get my hands on those expansions to see if it will stay here. Um, the game is Tapestry. Um, I am okay with the fact that okay, it had its problems. Apparently, I think they are finally fixed with the factions. Um, I do enjoy the what I enjoy the most about this game is the puzzle on my board. Let's call it like this of creating the city. The It's a little bit of a how should I call it? It's Tetris a little bit. It has again a bit of Tetris there, but it's not clearly that. Um, I do like it. I do like the planning ahead of my player board. This is what I like the most about this game. The planning ahead of what I have in here. Of my, I think it's the capital. If I haven't played it in a while, and I do want to try that expansion the with the new track because the game is what I think it's not necessarily good for this game is its theme. I think with another theme it would have been more successful. This is not a civilization game. The theme is nah. It was sold to us as a civilization game in 1 hour and a half. I have another one which I will be talking later about a good civilization game. This is a good game point. I think it's a good game. I like the design. I found it fun when I've played it, and I always have fun playing it. I am quite curious. I like, okay, how far will I go on this track? How far will I go on the other track? I like the combos which you can create between tracks. There are a lot of things which I like about this game, and although it is imperfect, but I think now I haven't played it with the new rules, and I would certainly want to try the newest expansion with the new track. Practically, it adds I think it adds lots of replayability, and it finally added a rule book, a normal rule book, which was on my first review. This was one of my issues with it. My number 93 is Tapestry. This is from Stonemeyer Games.
Certainly a looker.
Certainly a looker, yes. Okay.
All right.
Let's go to
92.
your 92, my friend.
92. This is a classic to my eyes.
Okay.
It's released in 2011. And it's one of many games drawn by Michael Menzel, and a lot of them are here on my 100 games of all time.
Is it A Castle for All Seasons?
Not yet.
Don't spoil it, okay?
Spoiler. This is called Santiago de Cuba. Nobody talks about this game, and I don't know why. So this is one of my earliest games that I've played with his signature on it. So it's stayed with me for many years, and I play it with a lot of
it's a Michael Renick
enthusiasm
game, so yeah, it should be good.
To this day. What?
It's a Michael Renick design.
Yes, but I'm talking about the artwork, which is this is
what got you in.
What got me in, right? So it's a really family-oriented title. You have it's a very basic mechanics, so you just move around in like rondel style, and where your taxi lands, that's who you get to activate. That will give you certain goods that you try to sell in this market, which is which are the dice, and each die has a different good associated to it, and who manages their inventory better, gets the most points. So basically, it's a race, and you can block out, not block, but you can place certain markers on certain houses that will give you special abilities during the game, and it's not really that complicated. I make it more complicated than it actually is. So yeah, it's a good family oriented, not a gateway per se, because it has more
things to
it's more involved.
Yeah,
with you have to plan your actions, where you want to stop, if you want to move further, you have to spend coins. So it has a bit of all
choices. You have
really
more choices than
yeah. So
roll a die and see what happens.
Abstracted, of course, but you get the theme shining through as most of Mike Menzel's boards.
Yeah.
Okay. Hope you get to try this one at least. I would recommend it. Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's a bad title. Yeah, it's a good title. This one I do not have in my collection, and I don't know if I would necessarily want it. I don't have Hawaii, for example.
I don't think it's that heavy that you should want to.
Yeah, that's why I didn't. But I still enjoy older titles, and you will see it in my list here.
All right.
So let's go to number 92. My number 92 is a newer game which entered the list. It's a game that Kosti talked about a lot, and I have managed to procure a copy in Essen and play and review, and I really enjoy the game. I really enjoy the production, 95% of the production. We've played it on stream here, and I think you enjoyed it also. You liked it a lot. The game is called Yin Yang.
Yeah, I did.
It was one of my, let's call it, surprises of the game from the games we've played this year. I probably it's a lesser known title. It didn't have a huge wide release. I don't know, but components, mechanisms are pretty simple to understand, but you need to plan. You need to make the most with the actions that you get. The game looks good. It has beautiful artwork, and it is quite fun. I enjoyed it a lot, and you wanted to rob a victory from me. Uh, you should watch the playthrough at the end
Yeah.
there when we do the discussions. Good components, good gameplay, good artwork. This was I was quite smitten by it. I enjoyed it a lot, and it creeped in the 90s. Let's see if it will go up or maybe it will go out of the
Mm.
top. But all in all, I would like to see this game get more loved in the Eurogamers community.
I think that the turtle shell is it's the table presence that will make people stop and be curious
Yeah,
of what that component is. It's brilliant in its design, and it makes me interested, instantly curious on how it works.
yeah. It is a
Yeah.
three or maybe four-player game, not a two-player game. There is where it shines. With at least three players, I think with three players worked very well. For us, it worked very well for us. So yeah, let's hope.
Hmm.
I do hope it gets more buzz this game. Let's go to our last in this top. Then we're going to
Well,
get a break and do the other 10. So, my friend,
easy
what
does it.
is your number 91? The
91. I
last
think
one on this list.
I'm kind of cheating by mentioning. Well, this game I think had a peak in the pandemic, being a two-player game, and its reduced version of its big brother called Seven Wonders Duel.
Duel. Yeah.
Yes. I
I
kind of enjoyed this one better than the other one because it's a more tactical game. It's condensed so much into
I do like
doing.
I do like the two-player variant for Seven Wonders. I like it a
Yeah,
lot more than I
and
like
it's
this one.
I think you will like it even more because now it has so much content that a heavy gamer can get and enjoy it.
You mean with
So
Pantheon? And it has
Pantheon, and
it.
it has another one, the new one with buildings or monuments. But it has grown
Yeah.
quite a lot. And
I have
the
the
other one that
base.
I would,
I have the
well,
I have the base game and only played the base game, and I think
yeah,
it's a
well,
good two-player game.
if you play it a
Seven Wonders.
lot, you will find that a new a breath of fresh air would be useful, by adding one of these expansions. So yeah, this was a 2015. I think it had a lot to gain from the from the isolation. Um, yeah, so the other ones I wanted to mention because I was kind of in between the two of them. It's from the same universe, and it's called Architects. This is the newer one from 2021.
Yeah.
That's more players at the table that you build these monuments, pyramid style, and it's simpler than every other
Yep. Yep. Yep.
title in this franchise.
Yep.
So there you go, a 91 double title. I'm allowed to cheat now
Of
and again.
course you are. So this was your 91. My 91 is a game which you love to pieces.
I'm
We,
all ears.
I know you have created a shrine for it.
Is it Michael Menzel?
It is Michael Menzel. It is. I think the correct is Michael Menzel, because
Wow.
he's German, and it is one of the few cooperative games you'll find in my top 300, 400.
Oh.
And the game is Legends of Andor. Um, we have
Oh.
we have played this game. I will not spoil your party. Um,
I'm surprised we are friends at this point. We couldn't be farther apart.
but yeah, I do like. I don't like cooperative games as much as you like, but I have enjoyed this. This is like a fairy tale on your table. And again, remember who I am. So this is in my top 100. Remember who I am and what I play. I do enjoy this a lot. I have played it, and I have enjoyed it. And that we've played it on stream in Romanian though, and we had a lot of fun playing it. I think we should do another playthrough at some point of another, just to have fun.
Well,
And yeah, fun. I, for me, it was a surprise to see Michael Menzel doing such a good puzzle. I mean, this is a Euro. I mean, it has something out of a Euro game out there. It's a puzzle which you need to solve. You have to plan very well what you do, because if you just want to take it as a fight all baddies, then the game will end too soon and you will not be able to win. So you need to plan to be with every you need every decision that you take is very important. uh, Hello Kosti, welcome. And I think it's so I mean, for me, I like to plan ahead. I like to think, if how will these baddies move, because they move in a certain way. This will hopscotch the other, this will hopscotch two of them and will get into the castle. How many will I leave, will let to get into to arrive to the castle and do the damage? Am I going to do that? Am I going to how much I am allowing things to happen in order for me to reach in the end the goal, because the goal is to win the game. So it looks apart. I think with a Kickstarter, this could have been $1 million project. The way it looks, with a gazillion, if it comes now with a gazillion minis and all of that, it would probably, I don't know if now would hit that mark, but when it came out, I think it could have been one of those games. Looks good. It's okay. It's standees. You don't have minis on it, but yeah, it's fun. It's a lot. It's
yes.
a great game, and I have enjoyed playing it and streaming it and having a lot of fun together. We must do it in the English language also, not only in Romanian.
Yeah, you must take under consideration that it's a 2012 release. So back then, Kickstarter was in its
Yeah.
infancy, or didn't
Next
even
one,
exist.
the next one. If, for example, they did it in, let's say, 2016. They did this. They reprint this with Kickstarter and add 2016, 2017, and then add Journey to the North as an expansion with all bits and pieces. I think this game could have, the way it looks, the way it plays, I think it could have gone to a serious amount of money. I don't know. Probably I might say that a million bucks would be too much, but I think it would have been really successful.
Sure.
So that was our 100 to 91. We take a break.
More to talk about this game when it reaches my top.
Yeah, we will
Mm.
see if you have it, if you still have it in your top 100.
Yeah.
So
No spoilers.
we go now to, we take a break and we come back in about half an hour to do 90 to 81. If that's okay with
Yeah,
everyone.
short break and a quick word from our sponsors.
Yeah, sure.
All
So
right.
I will close it, and then again, as always, I would like to thank everyone who came and watched live and interacted with us. We'll thank everyone who comes and watches after the fact. If you like what you see, please like, share, and subscribe. We are trying to get 1,000 subscribers here, and this is our main goal, and we're fighting for it. And yeah, like, share, and subscribe, and remember what it says here: play a lot, play loads, have fun, and bye bye, fine folks, wherever in the world you are.